There was once a pope that put a dead pope on trial. It was called the Cadaver Synod. During the late 800s, the papacy was going through its dark ages. The popes were being used as like bargaining chips and people of power used in power struggles. This event has to deal with two competing powers trying to become Holy Roman Emperors. The first was the Carolingian rulers, who were descendants of Charlemagne, and the second were people from the Duchy of Spoleto. The dead pope that was on trial was Pope Formosus. He had been the Bishop of Porto before being elected Pope in 891. Early on in his career, he was appointed a legate to Bulgaria, and then later on he undertook diplomatic missions in France. As Pope, he didn't really like the current Holy Roman Emperor, which was Guy III of Spoleto, and his son Lambert of Spoleto, which he had to crown. But he really couldn't do anything about it, so he looked for outside help. He asked Arnulf of Carinthia to siege Rome, which took him 4 years and 2 tries to accomplish, and then eventually he was crowned Holy Roman Emperor. But Formosus died 2 months after crowning him. He was succeeded by Boniface VI, who only lasted 15 days in office. And after him was the man who put Formosus on trial, Stephen VI, who was put in power by the Spoleto family. He was allegedly pressured by the family to ruin Formosus's legacy, so everything Formosus did was now being disputed. But in January of 897, the Cadaver Synod occurred. It occurred at the Basilica of St. John Lateran. So his corpse was dug up after 9 months, placed in full papal garb, propped up on a chair there, and had a deacon answer on his behalf. He was charged with breaking canon law, perjury, and illegally serving as a bishop. He was found guilty, so he was stripped of his papal vestments. 3 fingers on his right hand were cut off that were used for blessings. Every decision he made as a pope was now void, pretty much, and his body was dumped in the Tiber River. People in Rome pretty much turned against Stephen almost immediately, so he was deposed, imprisoned, and then eventually killed in prison. In December of 897, Pope Theodore II annulled the Cadaver Synod, which basically reversed everything that he was found guilty of, and his body was recovered after he washed up on the shores of the Tiber, so they reburied him in the St. Peter's Basilica. And Pope John IX, who was Pope the next year after Theodore, banned any future trials on the dead. So that was the Cadaver Synod. That is a crazy and dark part of papal history. Thanks for watching.